Welcome back to The Deep Dive, your shortcut for getting up to speed on complex topics. Today, we're immersing ourselves in, well, a really fascinating stack of sources detailing this extraordinary personal upheaval. It's all set in Memphis, Tennessee. Think historic charm, the actual business of gardening, and a confirmed ghost, who apparently has strong opinions on dating.
It's quite a mix. And what's really remarkable about these sources, I think, is the contrast, just the sheer contrast.
Right.
You've got this woman, Stella, trying to rebuild her life by imposing, like, complete order on everything.
Total organization.
Exactly. But she lands in this place, Harper House, in the garden nursery that's just steeped in tradition, a kind of charming southern chaos, maybe, and nature itself, which is inherently unpredictable.
It's like structured planning meets entropy.
Yeah, something like that. It's a study in how radical personal reorganization crashes into unexpected, maybe even delightful chaos.
So our mission today is to really unpack the journey of Stella Rothschild. She starts out as this devotee of organization, practicality, planning.
Absolutely.
And she tries to transplant her whole life, her kids, everything to Memphis. Finds what seems like a dream job. But then she's immediately wrestling with, well, supernatural interference, and this coworker, this guy whose idea of an accounting system involves literally little scraps of paper.
For potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in business. Yeah.
It's a battle of the spreadsheet versus the scribble, basically.
Couldn't have put it better myself.
Okay, so let's dive into the blueprint for this upheaval. Stella Rothschild's background. Her life in Michigan was, stable, meticulously planned. And then it was just shattered. Her husband, Kevin, died suddenly in a commuter plane crash.
Yeah, the sources really emphasize the shock of that moment.
Totally. She didn't get a phone call or anything. She just saw a news bulletin on the kitchen TV, and she knew. Instantly. Says she remembers every single excruciating detail of that day.
And that kind of traumatic clarity, it's really critical to understanding what she does next, isn't it?
Wow.
Well, when your world just collapses like that, the instinct is often to grab onto anything you can control. For Stella, who is already organized,
Right.
this just supercharged that tendency. Order becomes like a survival mechanism, a necessary defense.
And this search for control immediately puts her at odds with her own mother, Carla.
Oh, Carla. Yeah. The sources paint quite a picture there.
Don't they? 4 marriages, 3 broken engagements. Her view of relationships seems very transactional.
Extremely. Her first piece of advice to Stella, focus on the insurance money and make sure you marry for money next time.
Yeah.
Just, wow. It's so telling, though. Stella's seeking structure, emotional honesty, maybe, and she's actively rejecting her mother's approach, which is just mercenary and chaotic.
It's a polar opposite of what she needs.
Exactly. Rejecting Carla is like her first big step towards finding her own way. And thankfully, she has her father, Will, and stepmother, Jolene, for support.
Good old Will and Jolene. Good step-grandmother figure there, too.
Right. So Stella feels like she's just, quote, getting from one day to the next in Michigan.
The drift.
Yeah. So she packs up, moves back to Memphis, where she was born. She wants that sense of belonging for her sons, Gavin, who's 8, and Luke, 6.
And for herself, too, right? That sense of knowing she talks about.
Exactly. She needs anchors. And she finds 2 really strong ones. First, Harper House, this old family home. And second, the job. Nursery manager for Rosalind Raw's Harper's business in the garden.
And Raw sounds like a force of nature herself. 46, a rose in full bloom, but also brisk, confident.
And tough. Don't forget tough. There's that anecdote about her firing 2 gardeners using a weed whacker.
Okay, note to self, do not mess with Roz.
Huh. Probably wise. She clearly doesn't suffer fools or inefficiency.
Which actually makes her pairing with Stella seem, professionally at least, kind of perfect. Stella arrives armed with spreadsheets and systems.
Oh yeah, she's a whirlwind. The sources detail how she immediately implements charts, graphs, proper inventory management, sales tracking.
All the things you'd expect.
Right. And she even organizes the plant displays using the seduction of color, which I love to maximize sales.
That's a great blend of logic and, artistic sensibility.
It is. She treats the nursery like this complex equation she's there to solve.
And Roz appreciates it, compliments the work. But she also says something really insightful, doesn't she?
She does. She tells Stella that competence isn't that hard to find. She hired Stella for her personality.
Which suggests Roz knew that just organizing the stock wasn't enough. She needed someone who could fit into the the messy human part of Harper House.
Precisely, because Harper House itself, outside the nursery business, it's this whole vibrant, maybe slightly disorderly ecosystem.
Yeah, you've got Roz's three sons around Harper, the quiet propagator,
Yeah.
Austin, the reporter, Mason, the intern doctor.
And the staff. David Wentworth, the house manager/cook, described as having a movie poster face.
Right, and too artsy, too stylish to be just a butler.
That detail about David is great because it just signals again, nothing here fits neatly into Stella's boxes. Even the butler isn't just a butler.
Everything's a bit off-kilter. And then, right in the middle of Stella trying to impose order, Cousin Hayley shows up.
Hayley, the ultimate wild card. Pregnant? Needs a fresh start? Roz hires her immediately for customer relations. She ran a bookstore, so she has skills.
Another apprentice for Stella to manage, unplanned.
Exactly. Stella's trying to draw straight lines on a canvas that's inherently swirly.
But while she's wrestling with inventory and new cousins, there's this other element she absolutely cannot control, the most deeply entrenched, non-linear thing in the house.
The Harper Bride, the ghosts.
Yeah. This is where the story really takes a turn, isn't it? Into pure chaos.
It really does. And we get that backstory, the prologue from 1892. Amelia Ellen Connor, mistress to Reginald Harper.
Forbidden to have an abortion, sedated with laudanum after the birth, son taken away. It's tragic stuff.
Horrible. And the ghost, whether it's Amelia or maybe another servant or mistress from that era, had always been sort of protective.
Yeah, protective presence. Sings that lullaby, Lavender's Blue, to the kids. Even appeared to Roz when she got pregnant. Benign, basically.
Benign is the word used. A comforting, if, supernatural part of the house's fabric. But
Right.
the ghost here almost acts like a metaphor for the house resisting too much change, maybe. For decades, she supports the status quo. Then Stella and Logan Kitridge start dating.
Logan. The chaos agent.
Exactly. And suddenly, that benign presence turns actively hostile.
And not just bumps in the night hostile, like violently hostile.
No joke. The sources describe the ghost physically blocking the door to the boys' room. Freezing cold air, actual force.
And Logan, Mr. Skeptic himself, gets shoved away so hard, he ends up with bloodied hands trying to get to Stella's kids.
It's terrifying and clearly targeted. It's specifically about this relationship.
Which raises that crucial question. Why Logan? Why this relationship?
And Roz, sharp as ever, has a theory. She suggests the ghost only went on the attack because this thing with Logan.
Yeah.
It was the first relationship since Kevin died that felt real, that had genuine long-term potential for a new blended family.
So the ghost wasn't just being random. It was reacting to the seriousness of it.
That's Roz's take. The ghost, representing the old established order, maybe even the order of Stella's widowhood, was attacking the potential for this radical, permanent change, protecting the status quo.
Wow. That had a whole other layer to their workplace dynamic, too.
Yeah.
Because even before the ghosts started getting physical, Stella and Logan were already clashing.
Oh, big time. Professionally, they were like oil and water.
Logan Kitridge, the landscape designer. He's Stella's personal kryptonite.
Chaos incarnate.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, he's brilliant, creative, knows his stuff, Latin names, common names, the works. But yeah, ridiculously disorganized, carries complex orders around on little scraps of paper, admits he thrives in chaos. He's everything Stella's trying to eliminate.
The first meeting must have been legendary.
Sounds like it. He accuses her of moving his damn trees, calls her red and Yankee schoolteacher.
Ouch. And she gives as good as she gets, right? Calls his side of the business a circus.
Yep. Zero subtlety, just immediate professional friction based on their core natures.
Yeah.
But somehow, despite that, there's this romantic thing happening. It seems really confusing.
It is confusing. The sources track this almost gravitational pull between them. They go on an outing to Graceland.
Logan insists on outing, not date.
Classic Logan avoidance. But Stella starts observing him differently. She sees he's actually really perceptive, very direct.
He sees through her control mechanism.
Exactly. He correctly guesses she remembers every single detail about Kevin's death. He understands the trauma driving her need for order. He sees the woman underneath the system.
He appreciates her structure, maybe, but doesn't mistake it for the whole person.
Right. And you see this contrast even in their design work. Stella needs the plan, the linear approach, but she starts visiting his sites, secretly admiring his exceptional work.
While he prefers brainstorms, working organically.
He's kind of teaching her, maybe unintentionally, that structure provides safety, yeah, but inspiration often needs flexibility, room for chaos.
And then in true Logan fashion, he throws all convention out the window.
Completely. He proposes spontaneously. Marriage. Like way before Stella is even close to processing her feelings for him. He just forces it.
Whoa, okay. That's abrupt.
It's the ultimate rejection of her planned, scheduled life, isn't it? He tells her straight up, I'm falling in love with you.
And what does she say? She must be totally confused.
She is confused, but he explains it. He says she's confusing, a maze without any geometric pattern, but he finds that appealing. He knows if she were simple, she'd just, quote, start lining things up in alphabetical order.
He wants the maze, not the alphabetized list.
He wants the complex, messy, real woman under the spreadsheets. It's actually incredibly romantic in its own chaotic way.
And that moment, that proposal, it really feels like the turning point. It leads to that central metaphor, doesn't it? The blue dahlia.
Ah, the blue dahlia, yes. Her favorite color, favorite flower. Bold, beautiful.
And totally unplanned in her mental garden.
Exactly. She hadn't intended to plant it, metaphorically speaking. But now that it's there, this feeling for Logan, she realizes she won't dig it up. Even with the ghost practically screaming at her to play it safe, stick to the old plan.
She chooses the dahlia.
She chooses the dahlia. And Logan backs it up. He affirms this new, shared, slightly chaotic vision. He totally respects her commitment to her kids.
He gets the bonus round, he says.
Right. 2 already housebroken boys. His commitment is just immediate and total, which kind of contradicts his professional disorganization, doesn't it? He's chaotic with paperwork, but rock solid with life commitments.
Committed to the life she built, kids and all, not just her.
Yes. And this acceptance of beautiful chaos, it just permeates the whole house. You see it perfectly in how things wrap up with Cousin Hayley.
Oh yeah, the birth scene. Her water breaks in the grafting house.
Could it be more fitting? New life starting right there amidst the plants and the commerce.
And the baby's name?
Lily Rose Star. Rose for Rosalind, Star for Stella. It's like a testament to the community they've built in that messy, wonderful house.
A community forged in chaos.
Yeah.
And while all this drama is happening, what's Logan doing?
Logan's got Gavin and Luke digging holes, calls them his Saturday slaves.
Huh? Then promotes them to cheap labor for $5.
He just slats right in. He embraces the whole package instantly.
Okay, so we started this deep dive with Stella seeking that sense of knowing through absolute control driven by trauma. What's the final synthesis here? Organization versus organic growth.
I think Stella ultimately learns that life and gardening and love, it needs both. It needs the careful planning, her systems have value, but it also demands tolerance. Acceptance of the unexpected, the uncontrollable.
The blue dahlias of the world.
Exactly. Her new sense of knowing, it isn't found in rigid control anymore. It's found in acceptance, in connection, the powerful, unpredictable emotional ties.
Like Roz hiring that specialist, Mitchell Carnegie, to research the ghost for $30 an hour.
Yes. Or Logan's completely out of the blue proposal. Or Stella's own fierce defense of her boys against the bride. The logic of the system breaks down, but the logic of love, of community, that holds strong.
The planned garden meets the wild beauty. So what's the final takeaway for the listener thinking about this radical transplanting, this embrace of chaos?
Well, I think we have to go back to the ghost one last time and Roz's theory.
That the ghost wasn't just being mean.
Right. Was the bride's aggression really just about protecting the kids, or was it a reaction to the depth of the connection between Stella and Logan? Roz implied other men might have been around, briefly perhaps, but there was nothing to it.
They weren't a threat to the established order.
Exactly. Logan represented a fundamental shift, a real future, a blended family. So maybe the ghost, representing that painful traditional past, wasn't protecting the children themselves so much as protecting the concept of Stella's established lonely widowhood, the life she knew.
Huh. Protecting the familiar pain, almost.
Perhaps protecting the old order against a radical, potentially happier future. The ghost only became hostile when Stella was finally truly ready to rebuild, not just cope.
That is a provocative thought. Was the Harper Bride defending the kids or defending the security blanket of a painful past? It definitely makes you think. Would you choose the safety of the planned garden or risk the potential beauty of that unplanned bold blue dahlia? Something to ponder. Thank you for joining us for the deep dive.